Live from Jamie Gent Stadium. Welcome to the CAAC Red matchup between the Williamston Hornets and the Haslett Vikings. I'm Joe Dutcher. By my side, the Hall of Famer. I got him back. Charlie Otluski.
Good to be here, Joe. Thanks for the opportunity. Great night for high school football.
Yeah, it should be a great one. Great temps. We've got Williamson coming in at 5-0. We're at 4-1. Should be a great game. What are you looking for today in today's action?
I think the first thing is that, it's a big game. There'll be emotion on both sides. I think the first thing you want to do, whether you're on offense or defense, is you want to be able to settle in. Keep pretty simple oriented. Don't make it very complicated. Don't have multiple checks. If you're on offense, you want to try to get at least a couple first downs, even if you have to turn around and punt the ball. Gain some momentum, flip the field, so to speak. And obviously defensively, you're trying to do the opposite.
Yeah, should be a good one. We got a big rivalry matchup today. We're neighbors geographically, so everybody's pumped up and fired up for this game.
Yeah, I think the keys are going to be, obviously, anytime you get to a bigger game, turnovers, taking advantage of explosive plays. Those are going to be the two big things that both teams will obviously want to capitalize on.
Looks like Haslett will kick off, which I'm guessing they deferred.
I would think so, yeah. I always wanted the ball. I like the idea as an offensive-oriented guy, but a lot of the defensive guys like to step out first, and you see that pretty consistent.
And we know the head coach is a defense guy, so hey.
Oh, yeah, exactly, yes. So it should be a great night for high school football. It's been an outstanding, weather for all the games, so we'll get this started off.
Kicking off for Haslett's Bronson Lindgren, sophomore. Kicks it deep to 11 for Williamston. Oh, it's going to
be into the touchback.
Went past him, it looks like. Be a touchback.
Did a nice job with that. He squeezed it between the hash and the sideline, so it's less area that your kick cover's got to cover, so he did a nice job with the placement.
Williamston's going to come out on offense. They've been very good offensively as well as defensively all season. Led by Caleb Nielsen, quarterback. He's one of the leaders in the area for passing yards. We'll see how Coach Thomas's defense adjusts and lines up in this game. Gonna be a sweep. And tackle brought down by, looks like John Q. Thomas. That was Tommy Pratt, the wide receiver, on the sweep play.
Williams did a really nice job of getting to the edge. They were able to outnumber us, and I thought they did a really nice job at the point of attack. And he made a good job of cutting up inside on his outside leverage block. So great play for Williamson to start off. Again, like we talked about, being able to get momentum.
It's a good first play by Williamston. Once again, you talked about the defense kind of just trying to settle in.
Yeah. One of the things you're going to see is a lot of shifting. Williamson was just able to outnumber us based on the shifting and then the jet motion.
Be a pickup about 5 there for Joseph Smith, the running back for Williamston.
Tackle made by 6, Dayward.
Be about second 5.
Yeah. Looks like the offensive defensive line are fairly evenly matched size-wise. Williamson's got historically, they've always seemed to have some big athletic kids.
Yep.
So we'll see how the game in the trenches is going to pan out early on.
Nielsen and Smith in the backfield. Could be a quick pass by Nielsen. Out to 84 for Williamston.
Did a nice job on the stock block. So we created just a one-on-one and allowed the receiver to make a play. So Haslett's going to have to do a little bit better on the inside-out pursuit.
Tackle made by 10, Dennis.
I don't have 84's name on here, unless you see him.
I do not. Obviously, Williamson now, going no huddle where they can have opportunity to change the play, take their time. Looks like what Coach Kirsten's trying to do is he's trying to be able to outnumber us, whether it's into the boundary right here, and then motion's going to help.
Could be a handoff to Smith. Looks like he's going to be brought down. Maybe we've got a yard there.
Ball carried by Smith.
I thought that was great pursuit by Brendan Nelson from Haslett. Inside out, did a great job coming down the line, maybe able to make a play on the edge. Again, kind of what we talked about is they're going to motion to the field, but their strength was still into the boundary on the hash. They're just simply just trying to get us to shift with the motion to outnumber us.
Leaves about 2nd down and 9. Williamson taking their time, calling the plays in, or sending the plays in, excuse me.
That was an important play for Hass's defense, because Williamson's been 2nd and short or 1st down pretty quick, so now it's 2nd and long.
Nielsen's going to hand it off again to Bush, or to Smith, sorry. And he's going to gain maybe a half yard.
Ball carried by Smith.
Yep.
Tackle made
I
by
believe about
55.
3rd and about
Newman.
7, maybe 8.
Nice job inside again. Haslett did a really nice job. That's an inside trap. They did a nice job with not over pursuing and staying in both their A and B gap.
And I think playing discipline against this Williamson team is going to be key for the defense.
Yeah. And obviously, Williamson wants to try to get out on the edge, be athletic with some of their speed guys, but at the same time, if you can make that a predictable thing and force them to stay outside, that helps you schematically as a defensive coordinator.
Nielsen takes a snap, looking, dropped, incomplete. They're up 4th and about 8.
Well, first big call of the game. I thought Asher Newman did a great job. He didn't get to the quarterback, but he got his hands up, and he was able to kind of force a poor throw there. So, obviously Coach Kirsten decided he's going to play field advantage and try to flip the field.
4th down.
So, again, key, put Williamson in 2nd and long, and then obviously with great stop on 2nd down. And, from a defensive standpoint, those are what you want to see on your early downs.
Yes, 100%. Looks like Tommy Pratt, the wide receiver's back as the punter for Williamston. He's going to kick it deep. A Mockery's down there. Catches it. Got a little bit of room. Oh, just slipped there down at about the 25.
All in all, I thought it was a great, if you're Williamson, you got, I think it was 2 or 3 first downs, so you're able to move it and create some momentum. Hasn't responded, and forced a punt. So key thing for Haslett's going to be, I really think they need to get into the flow, need to get into a rhythm. Again, if it's just a couple first downs, then you can change field position, which is going to be important early on.
Haslett comes out. You're going to have Charlie Dutcher, the quarterback. You're going to have Corey Mockery in the backfield, running the gun tee. Was that around when you were coaching the gun tee, that concept?
Yeah, we did some things like that. Yeah, I don't know if they called it the gun tee, but yeah, it got more and more popular.
Going to be a handoff to John Q. Thomas. He's going to be stopped. Looks like right about the line of scrimmage. No gain.
I don't know if that's designed RPO with Charlie. He was, as he handed off, he was looking at the weak side defensive end. So the adage is, if he's crashing hard, just go ahead and pull. Take a look and see if it's truly an RPO concept that Coach Woodworth is running.
Coach Woodworth, the offensive coordinator, been with Haslett for a number of years during your time as well.
Yeah, he's been around a long time. He's done a great job over the years. I think it's key down for Haslett. Obviously, you want to be in third and manageable. So if we can even get a chunk play 4 or 5 yards, puts us in a much better position.
Could be off. Could be a false start on Haslett, it looks like.
Flag on the play.
That'll back him up a bit.
Yep. Now one of the things that you're looking at, obviously, is to still get to that, maybe that 7 to 8 yard mark, make third down manageable. What you don't want to do now is to be in 3rd and 15.
Yeah.
Odds go dramatically down and be able to convert, especially in your own end.
Dutcher takes a snap. Going to get another one. Not sure who it was on, but I think they're getting another one.
Flag on the play.
not the way you want to start the game.
No, some of the things that we talked about, we wanted to be able to, get into a rhythm. You need to obviously get, a couple first downs for a lot of things, mentally as well as obviously schematically on the field. And obviously being second and 20 is not where you want to be as an offensive coordinator.
There's a run by Cornelius Malone. He's got some room. He's going to get a big chunk play there.
They did a nice job. Defense ran with the mocker. You can see it on the replay. Thought we did a nice job with backside to guard and backside tackle, looks like. Good kick out. And he just made a great run. It's going to put him in, we talked about third and very, very short. I think it's going to be.
Wait, they're calling a first down here.
Calling a first down. There we go. Big momentum swing. Obviously, early in the game you want to settle in. You got to have a, big explosive play. There's the first one for Haslett.
Haslett hasn't run that, but it's a double handoff. They have not run it in a few weeks. Oh, here we go again.
Flag on the play.
The third false start on Haslett.
Yeah.
I think Coach Thomas talking to the officials there, trying to see if they're doing something. The defense is clapping or yelling or doing something to distract the line, but I did not see who jumped.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. It's hard to tell. But obviously, these are some of the things that we got to eliminate. That's the one thing you don't want to do is have any self-imposed. Holding calls obviously are going to be objective, but you control the things that are, offsides, procedures, those kinds of things. You need to try to eliminate those, especially this is week 5 or week 6.
Be a pitch to a Mockery. He's got a little bit of room. Going to gain maybe a yard or two.
Ball carried by a Mockery. Tackle made by 5.
We've second and about
24.
14, it looks like. 14.
33. Keener.
Be interested to see what Haslett goes to here. Do they come back with the inside tray like they did? They got him out of the second and 20. If they don't come back with it here, I would expect you're going to see it fairly soon.
Dutcher in the shotgun.
Flag on the play.
Well, obviously, we need to get that corrected.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're getting it.
Coach Thomas is giving him an earful because there's something they're doing that he doesn't like that he thinks is causing us to jump.
As the umpire there, I mean, he's right in the thick of everything. He ought to be able to hear, anything that they're trying to simulate, obviously, which is, an unsportsmanlike. I believe it's an unsportsmanlike penalty. But regardless, we got to be more poised and disciplined and obviously not create mental errors.
Well, we're back at about 2nd and 20 again. Got a Mockery with a little bit of space, gain about 5 maybe.
Dutcher's pass is complete to a Mockery. Pushed out of bounds by Pratt. And 33, Keener.
I think one of the things that you're looking for, obviously we're looking for a first down, but if we can at least get 6 to 7 yards, get a decent punt.
Yeah.
Keep Williamston, away from the start at midfield would obviously be very huge.
Yeah, we certainly have not done ourselves any favors with these penalties, but got to clean it up from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we're going to get a holding.
Yeah. I think they're going to decline it and take the sack. So, obviously, some early challenges for us offensively.
That penalty declined. 4th down.
Yeah. Things that you can control as a football team. You can control some of the mental parts that we talked about with procedures. You can control some of those other things. But, we can't continue to kind of shoot ourselves in the foot and put our offense, deep in the hole. I don't care what kind of offense you run. The numbers and the percentages of success go way down. So, got to get that corrected.
And Lindgren's back to punt for Haslett, sophomore. Get a good bounce. Get Williamson to about the 41-yard line.
Nice job. Be able to flip the field, so, defense has got to step up. But, offensively, just got to talk to the guys. Everybody's take a deep breath, relax, talk to the guys up front. Coach Bach can talk to his offensive line, make sure, whatever the inconsistencies are going on, whatever they're confused about, and settle in here.
Defense for Haslett led by Dawson Dabler, our leading tackler.
If you're Williamson, do you take a shot here early?
Might, you're on the road, big game.
Yep.
Tommy Pratt's their weapon deep. He's matched up with our best defensive back. Got about 2 or 3 there from 24.
Ball carried by 24,
Thornburn.
Tackle made
Coach
by
Karsten,
50.
Karsten has always loved jet sweep. I think it goes all the way back for several years. Depending on, the offensive set, he's instituted that for probably at least 10 or 15, I'd say at least 15 years. It's always like that. Stretches the defense. It forces you to, to defend the perimeter. And at the same time, you've got to have inside support. So
I think he also is known for, doesn't he like to keep it on his sideline, the ball, often?
Generally, you can, yeah. I used to always like to keep the ball on our sideline, especially on any kind of 2-minute thing. You can get plays in more. It does help you in terms of communication.
Nielsen with the pitch. It's over to Smith. He is going to be knocked out. Looks like it's going to be a first down. It is a first down for Williamston.
Tell you, number 33 for Williamson, Miles Keener, did a great job on the strong safety for Haslett. Took him about 8-9 yards downfield, and that really flipped that play from being a potential of a loss or even no gain into a pot of yards. Into positive. So the same token, Haslett's defender's got to come off that block.
Nielsen takes a snap, pulls, going to go deep, overthrows. That would be number 1, Tommy Pratt.
Intended for Pratt.
Well, there's our big play we talked about.
Yeah, taking a shot.
Trying to take a shot. Good down to do it. I mean, more than likely, depending on how this goes, you could be in 4-down territory. I think as an offensive coordinator, people have talked about that, how the NFL has really kind of transitioned to that. Lions, I think, have been, and Coach Campbell have been a huge part of that. But it changes your mindset when you go in as an offensive coordinator knowing, hey, listen, we're going to go for it on 4th down, depending on the, if it's not 4th and 10 or 4th and 9. But it changes how you call the first set of 3 plays without question.
Yeah. Nielsen going to keep it. Got a block. There's going to be a flag. It looked like, I think, a block in the back, maybe.
I thought it was block in the back. Got just a piece of him. It's at the point of, it's at the point of the play. And obviously that's a huge emphasis. Obviously Haslett's going to accept this penalty. He's going to put Williamston 2nd and long. So again, you're still seeing, it was jet sweep to the field. This time, the quarterback was able to keep it. Obviously, that's your 1-2 combination you have off a jet. In addition, you have that inside trap, depending on what kind of set you're in. Keep in mind when you're looking at offense at the Williamson formations, they're looking. You look and see how wide those receivers are. Like the inside number 2 and number 3 are tight. So keep an eye on what that does schematically with the run game and obviously it's short game.
Nielsen getting some pressure. Intercepted
big play
by Darius Dennis. Darius has great hands.
I'll tell you what, he made a great play.
Get a replay here.
I'll tell you what, early on we talk about turnovers. He was beat initially, and he did a tremendous job of closing and then tracking.
I also should note, I think it was Asher Newman that was on him that dove after the quarterback's legs. And I think he affected that throw a little bit, but he couldn't get enough on it to get it out to Tommy Pratt there.
Yeah, I do agree. Yeah. So we talk about first big turnover of the game. Haslett's able to capitalize. Now we got to settle in, have a good offensive series here.
Dutcher's going to take the snap. We're going to pass it.
Just got to keep it to the outside. If he keeps to the outside, he's got him for a solid gain on first down. He just threw back to his inside. I do like keeping them off kilter a little bit. We've been run oriented on first down. I like the fact that we went play action on first.
I think Dutcher came up a little limpy there, so I think they're going to have Bronson Lindgren get some throws in just in case.
We'll keep an eye on that. So one of the things I think Haslett needs to do up front is we need, obviously we're a run-oriented team with both running back. We need to create that mindset where we're going to, come off the ball, we're going to get into you, we're going to control the line of scrimmage. I'd like to see more of that style of play mentally from Haslett.
Second down, going to hand off to Malone. He's got some room on the edge.
Boy,
he's going to gain about
runner.
7.
Boy, he's a physical runner.
Yes.
Really
he likes
like
contact.
His style. Yeah, like his style. Kept the ball on his outside, initiated contact. It was a nice job.
By 1, Pratt. 10, Kirsten.
You're seeing both teams stretch the other defense horizontally. Williamson's doing it with jet. Haslett's done it with the double handoff and then just simply sweep. So both teams are trying to stretch each other.
Dutcher's going to take the snap. It's going to be handoff to Amakri. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to get the first down, I think.
Going to be really close. I think he may have it.
They did wave him down, I think. Wait. I got.
Looks like they're going to give it to him. Yeah, we got a first down.
I'm going to say the official here is saying first down.
Yeah. I thought Williamson did a great job. Looked like the inside backer, number 33, who's one of their leading tacklers. Miles Keener. He was able to come in, force Amakri to bounce. But Amakri, obviously, with great speed, was able to still get to the edge.
Got 3. Dutcher's going to take the snap. Hands it to Amakri. Had a little bit of room there, but then got tackled. Tried to spin out of it.
Ball carried by Amakri.
Obviously, you're getting a lot of pressure off the edge. Williamson's 2 outside edge guys. At that time, we have number 1, big, tall player, Thomas Pratt. Made a good play, forced Amakri to, change direction. So Williamson's goal is obviously trying to contain the run game, force Haslett to stay, inside the tackles. So it'll be interesting to see, in terms of the chess master, how that's going to go. Haslett's obviously, in this case, they've gone unbalanced. What that means is they flopped over a tackle. So we're strength down here towards Haslett's bench.
A little confusion on offense. Going to be a handoff to Amakri. Going to get pushed out of bounds, about no gain there.
Ball carried by Amakri.
Williamson has done it again. If we get a chance on replay, you'll see where they're able to kind of bounce that play from the inside out. Again, we outnumbered them, but we did not take care of the second level. Hence, you're getting the pursuit inside out. Good play by Williamson, not very efficient for Haslett up front and on the edge of staying on white jerseys.
See what Haslett does here. Dutcher with the snap, got the double. Double handoff again.
Yep, I think this is going to be a safe call. I think Coach Thomas is going to go ahead and punt. We got 4th and 5. I don't see us
Pratt.
Yep,
taking this gamble.
out.
Yep.
4th down.
Key thing for Haslett was able to at least, I think we got, one first down, 1 or 2 first downs. So we took over inside our own 20. Now we're up to the 36, 37-yard line, so we got an opportunity to change field position.
Lindgren's going to take the snap. Punts
Great punt.
off.
Another great punt.
See what kind of bounce we get. Be about 35-yard line again.
Well, I think both teams are feeling each other out still. You know, you want to see, what changes each team has made, offensively and defensively, any new wrinkles that you haven't seen quite yet. Obviously, with Haslett being 4-1, Williamson's 5-0, this is for a share of the Red Conference. Big games, obviously coming up for both teams. Haslett takes on 4-1 St. John's next week, and then they finish up with both Parma Western and Jackson, who are currently both 1-4. So this week, obviously, is huge for Haslett, but you stack that right up against the Red Wings.
Yeah.
The following week.
Two tough league games right back to back, and on the road next week in St. John's. All right, see what Haslett can do on defense here. Nielsen for Williamston, going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off on the sweep. Going to pick up about 6 yards on that play.
Ball carried by Thornburn.
Makes it very difficult on that strong safety for Haslett. He's looking at number 2, the stalk block coming. Didn't have any inside support whatsoever, so Haslett needs to do a much better job. You can't, as an inside linebacker, you can't vacate and give up the inside leverage, but we have to do a much better job of pursuit.
Nielsen's going to keep. Not sure if he got there. It's close.
I think it's going to be close.
I think it's going to be a first.
Yep, going to be first down.
Ball carried by Nielsen. Tackle made by 51.
So remember, obviously, what they're trying to do when they're running different components of jet sweep is you're trying to outnumber the defense and try to get them to overshift. So we need to not overshift, but we do need to do a much better job of inside support. But take a look and see if Coach Thomas decided he's going to make a change here at the end of the quarter about how they're running a lot into the boundary, into that short side of the field. Potential adjustment for Haslett second quarter.
Looks like we're going to take the quarter. At the end of the first quarter, Haslett 0, Williamston 0. We'll be right back. You're watching a Haslett Media production.
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the 50-yard line as Jason Kilday, board president of Haslett Athletic Boosters,
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe that coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sport,
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
Welcome back to Jamie Gent Stadium. The CAAC Red matchup. CAAC Red Conference Championship on the line here. Good catch by Tommy Pratt. Tackled by Drew Maloney.
Tell you, it was a great throw. I thought he did a great job. Obviously, great catch. put it where your receiver can make a play on it. I thought that was a great first play for Williamson coming out of the second quarter.
Haslett they are getting some guys there. They're getting, they were a step away on that play, so they're getting some pressure. But what a nice play by Nielsen there to hit Tommy Pratt.
Yeah, did a nice job with that.
Be a pitch out to Smith. He's got some room. He's going to gain about 7 yards, maybe 8.
Ball carried by Smith.
I think Haslett's going to have to make some adjustments to that trip set. Smith. So you got 3 receivers to the top. Again, the inside number 3 and number 2 are trying to seal. You're trying to take your outside receiver, either run him off or just keep him to the outside. So Williamson's got numbers, and so it's very difficult for Haslett in that situation. So look for Coach Thomas to make some adjustments to that. Same thing. Now we've got 3 up here to the wide side. See how Haslett adjusts.
Second short. Nielsen takes a snap, fakes the pitch, looking to go deep. What a pass. Touchdown, Williamston.
Great play.
Caught by 11.
For a Hornets touchdown.
But that's Freeze.
I tell you what, I thought we had pretty good pressure, but it was a great throw, and obviously an outstanding catch.
Yeah, great throw, great catch. Defense was there. Sometimes you just got to tip your hat.
Yep.
Going to the old muddle huddle here for Williamston.
Well, now you got to respond. So those are some of the things that you have to you talk about. Delay a game could be a possibility. Coach Kirsten may have to end up taking a timeout here. We'll see. No, they managed to get it off.
Kicks up. Kick is good. 7-0 Williamston early in the second quarter. Haslett will have to turn around, look to respond on offense.
Yep. Need to be consistent. We had that. We had the drive earlier. We had multiple penalties. We've put ourselves behind the sticks in most of those drives. So, just got to stay focused. Come out and do the things that obviously that we can have success with. Gain some momentum. The big thing is we need a big play, change what's going on both mentally and physically, and we'll be fine.
Couple dangerous weapons back deep usually for Haslett. I believe it'll be Corey Mockery and John Q. Thomas. Williamson's got a nice crowd over there on the other side of the stadium. Big student section today.
Well, a little history, obviously. For many years, if you go back to the 70s and 80s, it was Haslett-Williamston was a huge rival all the way into the early 90s. And then when DeWitt joined the Ingham County League, the Haslett-DeWitt matchups seemed to take center stage for a number of years. And now with DeWitt moving on to the blue a few years ago, that is now kind of swung back. More natural rivals.
Yeah, I think out of the red, this has got to be the biggest rivalry out of anybody else. You can tell me if I'm wrong.
No, I would agree. I would say without question.
It's just because we're neighbors, we're so close.
Yep, no question. Last year, if you look at the basketball games that they've had, they had some great games with each other. So great turnout, great high school atmosphere.
Yeah, huge crowd tonight, both sides. Kickoff's going to go to Cornelius Malone. He's going to catch it.
He's got a
little bit of space. Up to the 50. Good return by Malone.
There we go. We talked about, a momentum swing. That's a great answer to Williamson's touchdown. If you look at the replay here, you can see where he did a great job of staying inside, not bouncing it.
Yeah, he found a seam in there.
Almost broke it. I think one of the things that we need to see is we need to see a little bit more push from the up front with Haslett's offensive line.
Yeah, I've not seen a lot of inside run game.
Much better at the point of attack.
It's a good run by Mockery. He's going to pick up about 7 there.
So on the replay, if people at home obviously watching, if you just watch the offensive line and the seal from the on the right side, you're going to see movement. Everybody does a nice job. Get a hat on a hat. Well executed.
Second and about 4. Mockery in the backfield to Dutcher's right. Going to get a handoff. Going to try to squeeze it, get out to the wide side. Got some room. Going to get a first down.
Should have the first. Looks like he got across. Thought Williamson did a nice job in what we call C gap. So A gaps between center guard, B gap between guard and tackle. Williamson did a nice job of forcing him to bounce. Obviously, Coach Galitas, who's the defensive coordinator at Williamson, does a great job. Doesn't want a Mockery up on the edge like that. They'd rather keep him contained. But looks like they did mark him a little bit short, so we got a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, this Williamson defense very stingy. We believe it's 3 weeks in a row they've shut teams out, haven't given up a point. So
yes.
Very stingy, very good defensively. They fly around to the ball. They tackle well. So Haslett's got their hands full. Got to see if we can get on the board. Going to be a complete pass out there to, looks like James Wells for the first down.
I thought that was a great throw by Charlie. That did a nice job. Great route. He had both 2 receivers open, made a great throw, put it in a position where he could have success. I thought that was a great job by him. Again, momentum swing now, and you can see more confidence, a little bit of swagger on some of the Haslett guys coming out because they've had some success here. A little bit of history with Coach Galitas at Williamson. His dad, Valdi, was our middle school principal at Haslett for many, many years. And he coached at Mason before that, so a lot of Lansing area connections.
Yeah. Maybe the double handoff again. Malone's got it. Oh, we're going to get a hold. I don't know what we got here, so I got a helmet off.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to have a hold. They're going to talk about it.
Carried by Malone. Flag on the play.
They're looking to the Williamson sideline, which makes me think it's on us. Then maybe hands to the face.
Personal foul, face mask on the offense.
Wow, it's a tough call.
The player whose helmet came off is allowed to stay in the game because of the penalty.
Well, one of the things that obviously, you try to stay away from, we talked about it earlier, and now we're right back to 1st and 25. You simply just have to avoid those plays. It's controllable. Guys are playing hard. You understand that, but you can't keep shooting yourself in the foot offensively with penalties.
Dutcher looking. He's got some time. Going to scramble out maybe a yard. It's like about to back to the line of scrimmage.
One of the things that that you talk as a coaching staff is you want to be able to control the controllables, and you can control some of those things that you're doing, obviously mentally from a penalty standpoint. Sometimes if you're on defense and you're trying to make a play, and you may grab a face mask, that happens. But as an offensive lineman, you control where your hands go.
Dutcher's going to take the snap, pulls it. Pass was complete to Malone. Does not want to go down.
So here we go. So, Joe, if you're going to be the offensive coordinator, if you're going to be Coach Woodworth, okay, we got 3rd down and about 13. Boy, look, it's like a tough spot. Mark us back a little bit. So, obviously, we're in 2-down territory. Joe, would you agree?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so, you don't have to have all of that, something intermediate. I like the scheme that we had where we flooded that one zone. Charlie's able to kind of roll the pocket, make a nice, easy throw. So you don't have to have it all here, but I think we need to obviously have 5 to 6, 7 yards so it makes 4th down manageable.
Dutcher to take the snap, a Mockery to his right. Drops back. Looks like a screen to a Mockery. It's going to be tackled. Got maybe 2 yards.
Yeah, it was well defended by Williamson. I love the concept. I like the idea behind it. We did not do a very good job of getting hat on inside and sealing. So it'd be an interesting call. See what happens here on 4th and 12 or 13. Do you take a shot over top, or do you try to maybe sneak an inside run where you've had some success?
Or let's try to maybe draw him here. Yeah, they're trying to draw him.
I don't know. Do you go to the punt where you're going to try to pin him?
Take a timeout and think about it.
Yeah, I mean, you're around the 36-yard line. If you manage to get inside the 10, obviously you want to force Williams to have to drive the field. But what would you call, Joe? What do you think?
I love Dan Campbell, and I love how much he goes for it.
Yeah.
I think I want to punt him deep and make him go, 90 yards.
Yeah.
If we can get it out, obviously you got to execute the punt, but 4th and 14 or 13's a long way to go.
Yeah. Flip side of that is, what's Williamson and Coach Galitas going to be looking for? Obviously, they're going to be spying to Mockery, obviously heavy, like a lot of teams have been, obviously, throughout the season. So I think if offensively, if you've had a play that you feel good about, that you feel like you can maybe break one, I think that plays a big part into what you're thinking offensively as if you're Coach Woodworth. Haslett hasn't really had, a couple plays or schemes that have been really, really productive for him. So I'll be interested to see what type of call we go with.
Looks like they're going for it.
One of the things that you're trying to do is maybe you can get an interference call,
Yeah, you never know.
Yep. I do look to see Haslett go ahead and air this out. Obviously, they're going to go empty set, so you're going to get that. Charlie just needs to put the ball up in the air, let his athletes go get it. Mockery deep.
Got him! Touchdown! Touchdown! No! Oh, he dropped it.
Looked like he dropped it.
Wow.
I thought he had it.
Wow, great pass. Great. I thought he had it.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, great throw by Dutcher. He did a great job. I thought a Mockery had it. Looked like he had it coming down. Just didn't control it all the way through. Well, there we go. We talked about, obviously, a big play. I think that was a great call. I like the idea of not punting.
Williamson fans giving Corey some love over there. Corey, great player for us, heading off to Kansas. And really has great hands. Unfortunately, he didn't bring it in. But, hey, he'll catch the next one.
Yeah. Boy, that would have been a huge play for Haslett, to even things up. But you know what? Defensively come out, get a 3-and-out, get back on offense.
Nielsen's going to keep it. It's going to be tackled after a couple yards.
Thought the interior have done a nice job on that jet sweep where the quarterback has kept it a few times. We haven't, I think they got 3 yards on that. I think I can live that as a defensive coordinator. Got to make sure that we don't give up inside, but I thought we did a nice job with that. And we still had numbers on the edge.
Williamson this season, offensively, a lot of big plays, a lot of big explosive plays, and if you can limit those. Nielsen can take the snap. Going to hand it off. Four's got some space. It's going to be a hold. Not seen, but.
Ball carried by Smith.
Smith going to get the first down.
Knocked out of bounds by Thomas.
Looked like a hold, but.
Take a look at the replay on the edge. Yeah, I don't think they're going to call that. They're going to let that go. I give credit to that left tackle and guard for Williamson did a nice job on the seal.
Also hit the ball very well. Be a pitch out Smith again. Tackled by Dabler in on the tackle.
Great pursuit by Haslett. Haslett did a nice job from inside out. Forced the Williamson running back, obviously, to plant and try to come back inside. You can see all the blue jerseys from the inside out. Guys coming down from the second and third level. So great job by Haslett. I think we got to be real stingy here. Got to force them into a 3rd and long. And then, again, put the pressure back on Coach Kirsten to make a decision.
Yeah, Dawson Dabler on the stop there. Got to give a shout-out to his family in Indiana. I know they're listening in. They always watch the games, so shout-out to you guys. We love your kid. He's a great football player, great kid. Deep ball. He's got him. Tommy Pratt. Touchdown. And a flag.
Pass is complete to Pratt.
I think you're going to get taunting on Pratt.
Touchdown.
So obviously the score is going to count to the extra point. It looks like it'll be assessed on the extra point. Or I don't know if Coach Thomas is going to have the option to be able to take this on the kickoff. I don't know if they have that option or not. But obviously, you know what? We talked about not giving up the big play and obviously that explosive. So obviously credit to Williamson. They came out. They did a great job, obviously in 3 plays. Again, got to stop giving up that big play. Force Williamson to drive the field. They haven't proved to me that they can do that. They're still, they're looking, like you said earlier, for those big plays over top. Obviously, one of the things that has been talked about, obviously at all the levels, is being very stringent on what's going on from a taunting perspective. You see it, you see it a lot more in the NFL now. See it at the collegiate level. Obviously, it's been that way at the high school level for many years. We'll see what Jeff Spadowski, who's the crew chief tonight, who's the wearing the white hat, has for us.
I think he pointed at him on the way into the end zone, the defender, but I don't think that's the one they got. I think they got something after that.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense. That penalty is enforced from the spot of the foul. It'll be 1st and 10 Williamston.
Oh, it looks like we're going to take the points off the board. So they're going to call that. That was prior to him entering the end zone.
That was the point.
That's a big call. Football is an emotional game played by emotional people, and we talked about that. Obviously, for decades, coaches have covered that, and so being emotional and making big plays, you still have to, you have to be disciplined. Where you're not making it about you. It's got to be about the team, and I'm sure he's going to obviously take that lesson, and I'm sure he's going to bounce back and do the right things for Coach Kirsten. So. Kids sit times are going to be kids, but, those are the kind of things you don't want to do and have to come back and hurt you.
Okay, Williams going to try again. They're on the 18, 1st and 10. Nielsen takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Smith. He's got the edge. He's going to be pushed out of bounds after a 1st down, I believe.
Ball carried by Smith. Tackle made by 34. Maloney.
Seeing it pretty consistently now on the short side of the field. You're going to see it on a replay here. Williamson's able to seal everything down. The Haslett defender comes in, and he goes underneath. He's got to keep outside leverage, squeeze that play. What he's doing is he's making that, obviously that play much easier for the running back from Williamston. So got to come up instead of sliding down inside. Got to set the edge.
Be 1st and 5 on the 5. Maybe an offsides on Williamston.
A little early start by Williamson. This will be a procedure.
Flag on the
That'll
play.
make it 1st and goal from the 10.
Right in the snap. Ball start. Offense.
Big play here. Fasten, obviously can't create a turnover. Would change momentum. We have the ball starting out second half. So we can keep Williamson out here or even hold him to a field goal. I think that'd be a huge play for Haslett's defense. The concern, though, right now is Williamson seems to be in a rhythm. They're able to get chunk plays, and we got to be able to put him 2nd and long here after this.
Nielsen's going to hand it off to Keener. Moving to the outside.
Great job.
He's going to get tackled there. Going to gain maybe a yard. Live up 2nd and about 10, actually.
I think that was Dabler from the inside. I thought he did a nice job.
Ball carried by Keener. Tackle made by 50. Sterling.
Yeah, I don't believe it was Dabler. Can't catch the number, but who came up on the edge, did a great job. Stay in square, force that running back to basically stutter step and then cut inside, and then we had great pursuit. Again, big play for Haslett. Got to force Williamson into 3rd and long.
Nielsen, high snap, looking, got some pressure. Oh, he's going to get away. Looks like he dropped. He had a guy.
Dropped it. He had it.
And that's something Williamson has been doing all year is they scramble around and he just finds somebody in the end zone or finds somebody for a big gain.
I'll tell you what, Nielsen did a great job. I mean, Haslett had 2 or 3 defenders there, almost had an opportunity. Great athletic play for him, reversing course, got a block, made a great throw.
Yeah. He hit the target, just didn't catch it.
Again, obviously Williamson's in 2-down territory. But again, I look for Williamson to, they've gone jet sweep to the field. I if I'm Coach Kirsten, I like the idea of power, back down here to the, away from his bench, down towards Haslett's bench. You've done a good job of sealing the edge. We'll see what happens here.
Oh, wide open. That was 24, I believe, for Williamston.
That was a pretty easy pitch and catch.
Yep. Got
has this little soft.
4th and 1.
Yep.
4th and goal here.
As that topside safety, you've got to be able to react a little bit earlier. Read the quarterback's eyes. Need a little bit of help from your linebacker tier, though, too. So huge play here for Haslett. Big question for Williamson here. Are they going to stay outside leverage, or are they going to try to come more north and south? I think Haslett's pretty solid inside. I think Williamson's going to end up taking a timeout here. Looks like they're going to kind of just run the clock down, take a timeout. Try to eliminate how much time Haslett may have afterwards, regardless of the outcome.
Long play clock here.
Yeah, we got the count by the back judge now.
All right, so Williamson's going to take a timeout. We'll take a quick break. Williamson 7, Haslett 0. Williamston about to go for it on 4th down.
Timeout.
We'll be right back. This is a
Williamson.
Haslett Media production.
Timeout. Williamston, their first of the half.
All right, big play for Williamson. I still like coming off the edge. I think Williamson's going to come here to our left. Haslett's right.
High snap. Nielsen's going to keep. He's going to get to the end zone on the right side. Touchdown, Williamston.
Ball carried by Nielsen for a Hornets touchdown.
Williamson up 13-0, pending an extra point.
Great call by Coach Kirsten. Did a good job getting a seal. Super important for Haslett here to obviously state the obvious. Need to come back with some points, get a good kick return like we did before. Offensively, get into a rhythm, come away with points, and we're able to get the ball start second half.
Williamson is going to kick the extra point here. Did you ever do any of the muddle huddle?
No, never ran it. Never ran it. We always had, we would defend it occasionally, but never ran it ourselves.
Snap was low.
Looks like
the
it's outside.
Was good. It was
squeezed
close.
Inside.
Close, but it was
kick
good.
Is good.
Williamson 14, Haslett 0. Haslett looking to respond.
Williamson drive, 9 plays.
Yep, 3.5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah.
Finished by a
like you said, get a good
touchdown
return,
run.
set yourself up, and see what you can do.
Yeah.
See if you can get some points out of the half.
I believe we have 2 timeouts, so we got plenty of time. Field position here is going to be very helpful to start. I think we need to have obviously an explosive play on first down, be able to get momentum, get some confidence back in the offense again. I tell you, momentum is a huge deal. You talk about how do you create momentum? Well, it's making plays, guys. Obviously all pulling in the same direction. That creates momentum. It seems like when you're struggling to find it, I watched Tigers baseball yesterday, like a lot of people, and you think, where's the momentum? We're going to eventually, be able to get some hits here, and you just need a spark, and then the floodgates can open. So, same thing here for Haslett.
Once again, we can't have the penalties. A lot of penalties have stalled our drives. We just can't get anything going because we keep having a penalty, and we're down, first and 20 or first and 25. So, take care of those penalties. We'll be fine. It's a lot of game left.
No question. For Williamston, who do you end up kicking it to? They've gone away from a mockery, but that hasn't fared very well for them.
There's actually a lot of weapons out there that could any one of those 6 guys that are standing back there could return it for a touchdown. They're going to boot it deep. Got it to Darius Dennis. See if he can find some space. Going to get out to about 25, maybe 24-yard line.
Ball returned by Dennis.
Two different things that you're thinking offensively. One of the things obviously is you want to obviously get first downs. You want to be able to cross midfield and obviously get in a position to score points. The other thing you don't want to do is you don't want to have a quick 3-and-out to allow Williamson to come back and obviously get the ball again here before the end of the first half.
Especially the way they throw it.
So I think, your first couple of plays here obviously on this drive are going to be crucial. Williamson still has obviously two timeouts. So they're going to play depending on how that first play or two goes here. Coach Kirsten maybe start working on clock management for the ability to have his offense back out.
Dutcher in the shotgun. Mockery behind. Be a quick pass out to, I think it's James Wells out there. It's across the field. Maybe going to get a face mask here.
Looks like we do have face mask. He was ruled inbounds. So looks like it'll be a personal foul penalty, so you're going to add 15 yards. So Haslett will be right up close to midfield. And that's exactly what we talked about. We wanted to be able to get up midfield, be in a position to be able to put points on the board here.
Let's see what the official's call is.
Yeah, this will be on Williamston.
Face mask. Defense. It's a 5-yard penalty.
5 yard.
The result of the penalty is a first down for Haslett.
Okay, 1st and 10 Haslett. I'm sure they're going to wind that clock once they get the sticks set.
I like the quick call. I like the quick pass. Get out on the edge. Allow him to make some plays. Be interested to see what we dial up here on this first down play. Screen concept.
Ball carried by Dutcher.
Going to maybe lose a yard there.
Yeah, it looked like we're going to lose a couple, 2 or 3. I like coming back to with the run game. You can't vacate the run game. Obviously, that's our bread and butter. I like the play that, to the boundary so you can work your sideline, save your timeouts. But I like coming off tackle here, getting a good seal. We'll see a mockery is on the opposite of the quarterback.
Going to get a handoff to a Mockery. Got a little bit of space. He's going to get about 5 yards, maybe 7 yards.
Williamson wanted a penalty. I think that's just a great finish by Haslett on blocking his defender. We used to talk about blocking to the echo of the whistle. So, all the way through the play. So Williamston players can be upset with that. I think that was just a great block by Haslett. Get up and play another down.
Looks like we're going to have a timeout for a Williamston injured player.
Big call coming up here for Haslett. So obviously, if we don't convert, I think we end up having to punt. But yet again, now we've got a lot of time on the clock for Williamston's offense. I like sticking on the ground game here. Depending on where we're at.
Still have 2 timeouts. Mockery's going to be stuffed. No gain there.
Well, I think it's going to be very difficult. I think Haslett's going to end up having to probably punt the ball.
Tackle made by 33. Keener.
They're going to run the clock all the way down unless Williamson wants to take one of their 2 final timeouts. Don't think Haslett's obviously going to go for this. Maybe try to draw them off and be surprised if we go, but crazier things have happened.
Trying to draw them off sides. Didn't happen. I think they'll send the punt unit out, call the timeout.
Yeah, we had a flinch up, inside, but not enough to obviously to cross into the neutral zone. Well, obviously a huge thing for Haslett. Need to get a great punt. And then defensively, need to keep them, obviously, from putting any more points on the board. You can go in the locker room down 14. You got the ball to start second half. Make some adjustments. Mostly, I think part of the thing they need to talk about is between the ears. You know, do the things that we can control, do them well, be efficient, and I think we're going to be just fine. Defensively, in the secondary, it's almost like we've given up on some of these routes. Like we don't think that the ball's going to go there. If you look at obviously, the big play where the taunting call occurred. I saw one give up on that play. That can't happen. By Haslett's defense.
Punt team comes out.
He's done a nice job tonight. He's done a really good job. I thought Schneider's done a nice job of putting the ball where, obviously where you want it. Haslett's going to try to squeeze it to our sideline. One of the things you don't want to do, obviously, is to put it in the middle of the field to allow, obviously Williamson's got to, Pratt is very explosive offensively. Keep that ball pinned to the sideline. And mental things that we talk about, not being on punt cover. We got 2 guys not on that team. Those are things you got to avoid.
Lindgren with a kick. He's going to kick it deep. Fair catch by Tommy Pratt. He's going to get it about the 20-yard line. Williamson with 1:45 left and 2 timeouts according to the scoreboard.
Good job by Schneider again. He's done a nice job tonight.
Lindgren.
Was it Lindgren?
Yeah. Lindgren.
Oh.
Kicker, right?
Yeah. Lindgren, sorry. Sorry, Bronson.
Backup quarterback.
Bronson,
punter,
you've done a nice
kicker.
job. Well, if you're Williamston, obviously, what are some things that you want to go to? You want to go to your explosives. Obviously, quarterback makes great plays. He's going to try to, make things happen with his feet. Haslett's just got to simply, they're probably going to play some type of, I don't want to call it prevent, but they're going to be a little soft with both strong and weak safety here.
That ball hit the ground? Nope.
Sure looked like it, but apparently not.
You're going to get a flag, probably a hold here. Or downfield.
Nielsen's pass is complete to Smith.
2 different schools of philosophy. Does Haslett come back and put pressure? Williamson's now is going to be, first and it'll be half the distance to the goal here, I think. Yep, should be. So Williamson's going to be now the ball's on their court. Do they use the time and the clock to allow us not to have the ball back? Basically, the roles kind of just reversed. We are down to 1 timeout, so we don't have a lot of flexibility in terms of that clock management, depending on what happens here at first couple of downs. Wouldn't be surprised if Coach Kirsten simply just keeps the ball on the ground and take control of the clock here and go into the half up 14-0.
All right, Nielsen. Going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off.
That's what you see.
Yep, quick stop there by.
Ball carried by Smith.
Looking for the number.
Tackle made by 51 Curtis.
That would be Zach Curtis.
56 Chokolsky.
Good stop there. Looks like they're going to be content to run this clock out.
Yeah, if you're Williamson, you're on the road. Obviously, share the conference championship, obviously, in balance, at play. So, obviously, a lot of good things that you've done as a football team, both offensively and defensively. The last thing you want to do is put yourself in the hole and give Haslett an opportunity to put points on the board before the half.
Nielsen keeps. He's going to pitch it out. Going to be knocked out of bounds. Looks like that was Keener over there, knocked out of bounds. It's going to save some clock. Be 3rd down. That may have done us a favor. At least maybe get a punt return.
I think if you're Coach Kirsten, you really don't want him stepping out of bounds. Obviously, kids are trying to make plays. You really want to stay in bounds. You still got 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13. I'd be surprised to see Williamson put this in the air, but you never know. Coach Kirsten's obviously feels really good, scheme-wise what he's done. He's got some great playmakers.
Yeah, especially number 1 in Pratt. Nielsen takes a snap.
There comes
hands
Jad
it
again.
Off. Haslett's going to call a timeout. Leave about 40 seconds on the clock.
I thought Has did a great job on the inside. forcing it to kick back. That's how you defend jet. You want to make that guy in motion. If he's going to bounce, he's got to alter and create a long pattern to get back to the line of scrimmage. Pursuit then can come and get him. So Haslett needs to continue that type of play on the edge. Will help a lot.
Coach Thomas getting the punt return group together.
So you got 40 seconds. Still got a lot of things that you can do. I'll be surprised if Williamston puts this anywhere near where Amaki can obviously catch it and go. I would be balls look like it's in the middle of the field. I think Williamston's going to try to squeeze it to one sideline, even kick it out of bounds. You know, if I'm Coach Kirsten, the last thing I tell my punter is Amaki is not to catch the football or get to it. First time we've seen Pratt punt, so not sure what kind of punter he is, but I guess we're going to find out here.
Kicks it. Looks like it's going to go out of bounds. Out of bounds. I'm not sure where they're going to spot that.
Could be possibly inside the 40.
Whoa.
They're going to go right at the sticks.
Huh. Seems like that would have been
okay.
That's where the ball was caught out of bounds by a Williamson player.
Well, still got 34 seconds. A lot of things that you can do. I still like the ability. Get a chunk play here. Get yourself in a situation where you're inside that around the 35-yard line. I like putting the ball up for some of our athletes and allow our guys to go make a play. If there's an interception, there's an interception. It's not going to have a big impact on the rest of the half.
See what Haslett decides to do here with 34 seconds.
Obviously, they're going to double a Mockery both underneath and over top.
Oh, going to be incomplete. Dutcher throws it short.
Dutcher's pass is incomplete.
What do you think offensively has us looking at here on second down? What do you like?
I think they're still throwing it. So I like anything over the middle if you can get beyond the sticks.
Yeah. I mean, right now, obviously, we're going to
go
work
the sideline more than likely.
Yeah.
But
well, if you can put some pressure on number 24, the safety here.
I think that'll take it to the half.
Dutcher is sacked by number 5, Nicolopoulos.
Well, some things, obviously, that people often say, geez, was there a ton of adjustments? Not as much adjustments as you think. I think it sounds good to talk about it, but there really isn't a ton of adjustments. There might be some tweaks you make, but I think a lot of the adjustments between the years, that's what has to be adjusted.
Well, halftime score, Williamson 14, Haslett 0, looking to make it a comeback in the second half. Thanks for tuning in. You're watching a Haslett Media production.
We know you do too.
And because we all care, it can sometimes get intense.
So let's make the experience more fun for everyone.
We know it's easy to react and shout during games.
But we all make mistakes.
The game is more enjoyable when we hear positive cheering.
Referees are human. Respect their decisions. They aren't perfect.
When you feel like yelling, remember that you represent our school.
We want to win, but just remember to keep the energy positive towards all.
During the season, we spend a lot of time with our coaches. They have a tough job.
Please accept their decisions.
And be thankful for all the time they devoted to making us better.
Thank you for coming to our games and always supporting us.
We couldn't do this without you.
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 Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome a special group of guests to our game tonight. Members of the Haslett High School class of 1975 are here as part of their 50th class reunion. The class of 1975 was the first class to complete all 4 years of their high school careers in the new high school building, opened in 1971. The 1975 grads attending tonight encourage you to stop by, tell them how young they look. Let's give a warm round of applause to our 1975 graduates celebrating their 50th high school reunion. This year's homecoming theme is Big Cities. Over the last 5 weeks, each class prepared a float for the parade. Hours of hard work and dedication went into each float. With this year's theme, all of the floats centered on a different big city, while still being focused on the idea of Haslett beating the Williamston Hornets. The freshmen are Las Vegas, sophomores are LA Hollywood, juniors are Stockholm, and seniors are New York City. We would like to thank the following families for hosting float building at their homes over the past month. The sophomores thank the Liddick family. The juniors thank Haslett High School, and the freshmen and senior classes thank the McGuire family and Glenn. Now, let's introduce this year's homecoming representatives. First, Isaac Dutcher. Isaac is the son of Joe and Monica Dutcher. He plays tennis for Haslett and would eventually like to have a profession as a barber. Isaac wants to give a shout out to the starting QB. Our second representative is Nevi Werfel. Nevi is the daughter of Andrea and Jonathan Werfel. She is a member of Student Council. After high school, she plans to attend MSU to become a science teacher. Nevi would like to remind us all to try your hardest, do your best, but don't forget to rest. Next, we have our sophomore class. First up, Evelyn Lanoweski. Evelyn is the daughter of Lindsay and Mike Lanoweski. She is involved in diving, gymnastics, and track and field. She is a member of the Empowerment Club, Future Doctors of America, UNICEF, Spanish Club, and Student Council. She also coaches elementary gymnastics. Evelyn plans to attend college after high school. She'd like to say thank you to all of her family and friends. Our next sophomore is Crew Shepard. Crew is the son of Cody and Raquel Shepard. His extracurricular activities include playing Clash Royale, and his future plans are to train dolphins. Shout out to Lightning McQueen, Joe Bart, Nolan Bilick, Colton Kessner, and Michael Aquina. Now for the junior class. Levi Flynn. Levi is the son of Jeremy and Jody Flynn. He plays football and is a member of Beyond Club. Levi plans to play college football after high school. Shout out to his parents. Our next junior, Brielle Humphrey. Brielle plays volleyball and is a member of the Sustainability Club, Future Doctors of America, Women in STEM, Key Club, UNICEF, Amnesty, and is part of Black Student Union. Brielle plans to attend MSU and then U of M to become an orthodontist. Shout out to Hassam, Taka, and Mom and Dad. And now, our senior representatives. First, Glory Hatch. Glory is the daughter of Holly and Kevin Hatch. She is a Murphy mentor, competitive dancer, and member of the National Honor Society, Student Council, and the Haslett Community Church Youth Group. She plans to study child development and psychology at Michigan State University. Glory would like to thank her friends and family for supporting her. Next up, Lindley Pugmire. Lindley is the daughter of Douglas and Tara Pugmire. Lindley is a competitive dancer, member of the National Honor Society, Student Council, as well as the Haslett Community Church Youth Group, where she also volunteers her time. She plans to study pre-med at MSU and would like to say thank you to my family and friends for always being there for me. Our next representatives, Sophia Lynch. Sophia is the daughter of Johanna and Kevin Lynch. She is the co-president of the Choir Council and participates in the Musical Select Women's Ensemble, volunteers, and tutors. She is a member of the National Honor Society, Sustainability Club, and Student Council. Sophia plans to study pre-med in college. Thanks, Mom and Dad, my siblings, and my best friend, Lucy. Next up, Joel Mangisero. Joel is the son of Gino and Gina. Polico. Joel plays tennis and is a member of the HHS Viking Voices. He participates in volunteering and is an officer in the Intro to Business Club and Asian Student Union. Joel wants to go to the University of Michigan to study and major in aerospace engineering. Shout out to Mom, Dad, sister, and best friends, Thomas and Braden. Our next representative is Cameron Swope. Cameron is the son of Shannon and Clint Swope. He is a member of the baseball team whose future plans include an apprenticeship. He is a follower of Christ who loves his mom, dad, and brother. Our next representative, Beese Vanderiet. Reese is the daughter of Daniel and Sabrina Vanderiet. She plays tennis and golf and is a member of UNICEF, Future Doctors of America, Student Council, and the Be Nice Club. Reese plans to study nursing. Now let's meet Xavier Wynn. Xavier is the son of Phil and Pam Wynn. He is the captain of the Robotics Club and a member of the National Honor Society, Asian Student Union, and Intro to Business Club. Our next representative is Xavier Passis. Xavier is the son of Mary Rose and Ronald Passis. He is the drum major, swim captain, French club president, a member of the National Honor Society, and Key Club. He participates in track and field and is a senior representative to the Superintendent Student Advisory Board. Xavier plans to major in biology at the University of Michigan to become a cardiologist or surgeon. Shout out to his mom, dad, Xander, Xavier Wynn, and the senior bros of Haslett High School. Our final representative is Abby Russell. Abby is the daughter of Dave and Heather Russell. She participates in cross country, basketball, and lacrosse, with plans to play lacrosse at the University of Pittsburgh. Shout out to her siblings, Reagan, Jack, and Andrew. To present this year's homecoming Vikings are last year's Viking representatives, Rishan, Carrie Cullen, and Rose Bichette. The first Haslett High School 2025 homecoming Viking is Joel Mangicero. And your second Haslett High School 2025 homecoming Viking is Sophia Lynch. Congratulations to the entire 2025 homecoming court. The results of our float building are as follows. Third place, the sophomores. Second place, the seniors. And in a tie for first, the freshmen and the juniors. Student Council extends a special thanks to the following for all their help in making Homecoming 2025 a success. Haslett High School staff and class advisors, freshman advisors Mrs. Joko and Mrs. Littleton, sophomore advisors Miss Woodward and Dr. Peterson, junior advisors Mrs. Burns and Mrs. Ritchie, and senior advisors Mrs. Dabler and Miss Worrell. Additional thanks to the Meridian Township Police and Fire Departments and all our wonderful convertible drivers. Ladies and gentlemen, the following vehicles are parked in a residence yard near the central office. A white GMC Canyon, black Traverse, black Jeep Grand Cherokee, black GMC 2500, and a white Chevy 2500. Haslett Athletics requests that these vehicles are moved as soon as possible.
Looking for a score, a schedule, a story? MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about. Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe that coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports,
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
High school sports are meant to be fun.
We love to represent our school.
and we care about our sports.
We know you do too.
And because we all care, it can sometimes get intense.
So let's make the experience more fun for everyone.
We know it's easy to react and shout during games.
But we all make mistakes.
The game is more enjoyable when we hear positive cheering.
Referees are human. Respect their decisions. They aren't perfect.
When you feel like yelling, remember that you represent our school.
We want to win, but just remember to keep the energy positive towards all.
During the season, we spend a lot of time with our coaches. They have a tough job.
Please accept their decisions.
And be thankful for all the time they devoted to making us better.
Thank you for coming to our games and always supporting us.
We couldn't do this without you.
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 If you don't make it, you just don't make it. Everybody ain't champion. But I am. Playtime mode is big league. Go. Playtime mode is big league. Go. Playtime mode is big league. Go. Playtime mode is big league. Perfect release from the top of the key. 3 got back pull up. Switch in. Ooh, and the crowd out they see. One step close to the big ring. Courtside, I see so close I could trip the referee. Seen them drop the foul. Ain't one that's free. The reason y'all lose, we don't speak no deep. To win, gotta play team ball. This key show. Been won a championship on the track. It's rolling your trophy. I hold it up. They let us get up in the points. It's a wrap. We shine every time. It's an open look. Over it. Shake 'em up, cross 'em up, post, move. Defense, lock 'em up. Ain't no matter how this a pump. Fake, shoot again, added up. 24 points in the AP shot. Playtime mode is big league. Go. Playtime mode is big league. Go. Playtime mode is big league. Go. Playtime mode is big league. Perfect release from the top of the key. 3 got back pull up.
Welcome back to Jamie Gent Stadium for the second half of the CAAC Red Championship game. It'll be a squib kick. It's going to go out of bounds. Be a penalty to move it up.
Flag on the play.
Well, Joe, do you expect to see anything different here on the early downs for Haslett? See what kind of adjustments they made, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, they'll make some adjustments. I think the big thing, like we talked in the first half, is just avoiding penalties.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't go 1st and 15, 1st and 20, and be successful against a good team.
Yeah.
You can beat a lesser team maybe with those kinds of, you can make up for it, but not this team. So we got to be smart, play a good half, and we'll get back into this thing.
Yeah. Here's an interesting call. Coach Thomas elects to have Williamson re-kick it. I kind of like the call. You look at what we've done in the kick game so far. We've had some real positive field position, starting field position. So instead of the 35-yard line, you're obviously feeling like you're going to have a much better starting position for your offense.
Yeah.
I think the key thing for me is, what type of positive things do you see on first down, first and second down? I think if we can, you got to remember it's only 2 scores. You put a drive together, 14-7, you're right back in. You're right on the doorstep.
Yeah.
So, but the key thing is going to be the first 2 plays. I think it's going to be, from a mindset perspective.
Yep. I was down there. You went down too. What a big crowd tonight.
Great crowd tonight. And this is the kind of things that you can't have.
John Q. Thomas looking to make some room.
Did a great job. You're basically right up to about
29
lost
yard
about
line
6
or
yards
so.
on it.
Ball return.
Well, it obviously didn't work in our favor with that respect. But again, I'm going to put a lot of pressure offensively. We need to have a positive play on 1st and 2nd down. Make it 2nd and short. If not, move the sticks. And I think that'll go a long way.
Yeah, we need to have a good drive here, opening up the second half.
As it coming out a little bit different, a little bit different set here to start with. I like the opportunity to take some guys out of the box. We'll see what that does for us.
Going to be handoff to a Mockery. He's going to get about 4 yards, 5 yards. Good run.
Yeah. Like the feel of that call right there. Number one, I think you're setting a mindset we're going to come right at him. Had a good play on 1st down. Those are the kind of things that coming out that you like to see that we had talked about.
Does look like one of our linemen, Asher Newman, is out. He's got some ice wrapped up around his knee there, so somebody's going to have to step up and fill in. He's got big shoes to fill for him, but to replace him. Another handoff to a Mockery. He's going to be close to the 1st down, maybe just short. Not sure.
I really
yet.
like what I see of his running style just on those first 2 plays.
1st down.
Yep. I like the physicalness on 1st down, and I like his mentality there. At the end of the 2nd run, did not see that in the 1st half.
Yeah.
So positive thing, obviously, for Haslett.
Give me a handoff to a Mockery again. He's got a little bit of space. Gain about 3.
Haslett's doing a nice job inside, getting a good push. Again, the physicality right now of a Mockery. I'd like to see that. Remember, this is kind of our MO. We're not going to have 6, 7 explosives up through the air. That's it. But attack what we're doing, put us in 2nd manageable downs. And then, we got 2 great running backs that can obviously go the distance at any play.
Yeah, between Mockery and Malone, either one of those can go the distance, so you just never know.
Don't like the decision of going back inside. Obviously, those are some of the things that you look at. There's only wrong-colored jerseys inside. He needed to stay outside, maintain his leverage. And if it's just a 2-yard gain, take a 2-yard gain.
Nicolopoulos.
So we got 3rd and 8 for Haslett. Obviously, big down and distance here. We need to put ourselves in a situation where we can maybe make a call on 4th down, depending on down and distance. So we got 9:30 to go here in the game. Again, positive momentum for Haslett. Need to maintain that. Dutcher back to pass. Looking. Great catch. Oh, jeez. Boy, we talk about. I thought Charlie Dutcher did a great job. He moved in the pocket, got away from pressure, had a great touch on the ball. That's got to be caught. We got to have that. There's 2 different catches now that would have been big momentum changers. Again, in close games, championship caliber games, you got to be able to make plays to change the dynamics of what's happening. So lost opportunity for Haslett. So back to punt again is going to be Bronson Lindgren. Done a nice job tonight. Need him to step up and again do a great job here for us. Fake punt, great call. We've got a big play. Looks like almost broke a great job by Haslett. Great call by Coach Thomas and Coach Woodworth. Created lots of momentum, the things that we talk about, the big M, the big Mo. So big play for Haslett.
Schaefer's pass is complete.
Thought if he stuck to the outside, maybe may have been able to break that, but nonetheless, big play for Haslett, right back in it. Dutcher back. Going to be a Mockery on the carry again. Got good seal. Much more physical in the second half. Kudos to him in terms of his mentality coming out. The Kansas recruit, obviously, they've obviously a lot of great things that they like to see. Like to see the physicality right here of both what we're doing up front, but also the way he's running the football. Definitely a difference compared to the first half. And Haslett taking time, keeping momentum with them. More of a power set with the 3-back set. We'll see if Haslett shifts out of it. If not, going to come run power right at him. And that's exactly what you get. And I think right now we have found our rhythm, and those are the kind of things that you want to do. I like that potential play or variations of it until they can stop you. Number one, you set a mentality offensively of what you're going to do. Number two, you impose your will on that defense. I think right now Haslett needs to continue to impose their will. So, again, we got first down just outside about the 11-yard line, so we can still get a first down. Again, power set. I look for him to just come right at him again. So going to be gain of maybe a half yard, so going to be second and long for Haslett. Again, don't abandon it. If you look at what Williamson did, they started now crashing guys down. So look for Haslett to run a feed off of that ISO, off of a Mockery, and make a play, whether it's Dutcher's feet or getting the ball out into the flat. Key down for Haslett. So looks like it's going to be second and 10. Still, obviously, we can get a first down inside the 1-yard line. Same set that we've seen, the power set. Now you're looking at Jet. Great block on the edge. Just going to be short. So it looks like we're going to be about maybe a half a yard or yard short. So it's going to be key down. Got 3rd and 1. Obviously, we can still get a first down inside the sticks. So great drive right now for Haslett. Big momentum shift. Again, changing that mentality. I love the fact that we're coming at them. Stretch them, with the jet motion, and come right back inside. Great drive. Again, still in the power set. We'll see what they're going to do up front. Coming right at him, and a Mockery looks like he's going to be in the end zone. Touchdown, Haslett. So great response. Huge drive for the Vikings. Coming off the fake punt. Did a good job starting that second half. That's the kind of things that you want to see. And now this needs to bleed over into the defensive side. So great response by Haslett. They're also in muddle huddle here. Be interested to see if we're just going to shift back. For the viewers who are watching that, what does that look like? Well, you hope that the defense is not lined up from a numbers perspective, and you can stand up and throw it. You can run it, and he puts the kicking up, and it's good. So with 6:20 to go in the third quarter, we are now 14-7. Haslett responded in a big way. So without question, obviously those are the kind of things that you want to see from an offense, and now this needs to carry over to the defensive side. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Thomas puts a lot of pressure on Williamson's quarterback, force him into some plays that he's not comfortable with.
Well, I'm back. Sorry, I had to leave you for a second. Not only do I run this show and make sure we're getting our game out to our audience.
Joe wears a lot of hats up here.
I also work with the football team on their videos, so they're having some video issues, so I had to run up and take care of that. So thanks for taking care of me. Fill me in. What the heck happened on the fake punt?
I think what we ended up doing, we just flooded the zone. Obviously, it was something that we looked at that we thought we could take advantage of from the early scouting against Williamston. Thought it was a great call. We needed to maintain that. But I love the mentality of what we've done offensively. I mentioned earlier, Joe, on that drive, is that we're imposing our will. I think that's hugely important, not only for the offense, but just as a mindset for your team. Big game. You want to be physical, and 14-7. right back in it and see if this can carry over to the defensive side.
100%. So, yeah, good stuff. Maybe I'll have to leave some more often. Here we go. Lindgren to kick. Williamson's got it. Cutting toward the middle. Maybe going to have some room here.
He's got some space on the edge. Nice job.
Knocked out about the 38-yard line or so.
It was a nice job by Thomas. Thomas came over, did a nice job helping get him out of bounds along with number 11, Cash Shepard.
Yeah, Cash, fast kid, plays hard. Didn't give up on the play and helped get him out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Cash. He had a great job in pursuit. Haslett got to do a much better job of staying in their lanes. They got pinned a little bit. But key thing here now is we need to try to get a 3 and out and get that ball back, get right back on the momentum offensively.
Nielsen. Looked to make a quick pass, didn't have anything. Looking again.
Got a play.
Good play
nice
by Cash Shepard.
Cash Shepard did a nice job. I tell you, he did a great job of reading his hands. Didn't interfere with him, didn't grab and just read his hands and be able to get his hand up and help deflect that. One little thing Cash could try to do maybe at the end as the hands go up is snap your head back. That's a tough play as a defender, but did a great job forcing the incomplete pass and putting Williamson in here in 2nd and 10.
Got to give a shout out to my crew in the control room. You guys are putting some great replays together.
Boy, temperatures dropped off. Boy, what a great night for high school football.
It was a little warm earlier, but it cooled down. It feels good.
Look for Williamson to kind of go back to some things that they've done, both on jet sweep and then obviously running off the edge, off a jet. It's just going to be your sweep. Same thing. Great inside play. Good pursuit by Haslett.
Yeah, good pursuit. They're going to give up about 2 yards there. Going to be 3rd and about 8.
Smith on the carry, tackle made by 50, Durling, and
I'm going to say the tendency here for Williamson would probably be pass.
Yep. I like that. Coach Thomas maybe dialing up some pressure here. Obviously, going man coverage is, may or may not be what we want to do. But one of the things that I don't want their quarterback to be able to kind of see the field, take his time, be able to try to find open receivers that got great athletes that can get in space. So I like dialing up some pressure here, see if you can get a sack.
Nielsen takes a snap. Looking deep. He's going to overthrow him. It'll be 4th down.
Big stop by Haslett defense. Just what we talked about. Momentum gained by the offense. You put points on the board, comes right back, and you get a 3 and out. Great stop by Haslett's defense.
4th down.
We already have one big special team play, right, with the fake punt. Be great to see if they are willing to punt to a mockery and roll the dice. I'd love to obviously see what he can do. Good to see if Williamson goes that route. And they are going to punt to him. Kind of an unfortunate bounce there, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Williamson bounce, but Haslett's got it 1st and 10. Down 14-7. Coach Thomas fired up for his defense.
Looked like that ball was, maybe it's from our angle, looked like it was going to be more on the hash. I know Amakri really wanted to be able to get that and not let it roll down to the 20. So
he thought about it.
Yeah, I don't think you do anything different from a mindset if you're Haslett. You think you come right back out with what you had success on before, positive yards on 1st down, creating momentum.
Haslett, Dutcher swinging it out. He's got James Wells for a 1st down.
That was a nice pass by Charlie. Did a nice job getting his shoulder square. Great route. I thought he did a really, really nice job getting out. Great catch, great throw. Wells has run some real nice concepts out into the flat. He's done a nice job, showing good hands and playmaking ability.
Dutcher going to take the snap. Hands off to a Mockery. He's going to be maybe a yard short of the first down. Maybe gained 1. Maybe 2 yards short.
We ran trips, the 3 receiver set into the boundary. We just got to do a much better job of getting movement, sealing that edge. Thought Williamson did a good job of that. If you look at here on the replay, we had a lot of blue jerseys there at the point of attack. We got to do a much better job of getting hat on hat and getting some separation.
We got a Williamson player down. I believe it's Tommy Pratt. I think he's just cramping.
Been warm all fall. So, one of the things that you get concerned about, late in the game. Looks like he's going to be okay. If you're Williamson's defense, the first points you've given up in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So you got a little chink in the armor there. So I know Coach Galitas obviously feels confident with what they're going to do. His job is to make sure his guys get right back into square one, do the things that that they've been very successful at, obviously, for this season. So far, have not seen the offensive line drop off in terms of play with with Asher out.
Yeah. Dutcher at snap. Going to hand off to a Mockery. He's got some space. Gets up the sideline. Could be gone. Oh, he's going to get knocked out of bounds about the 48-yard line.
Ball carried by a Mockery.
Got another cramping Williamson player.
Yeah. Joe, that's the same scheme that we had at that earlier drive when you were running around fixing all the video for people around here. It was the same thing. We did a great job of getting a seal on that right side. Mockery obviously had the seal and made a great cut.
Has it quick to the line. Hand off to a Mockery. Got some space again. Going to get about 6.
I'll tell you what I like about, you see 5 for Haslett and 33 for Williamson a little bit after the play. I like the fact that Haslett was blocking right to the whistle. He got on that line, on that inside linebacker, set the tone, absolutely 100% the way you'd coach it. Again, power set by Haslett like we did in the previous drive and come right at Williamson.
Yep, a Mockery up the middle again. They're calling him down, I believe. I see.
Well, I'm not sure if they called him down or they're just saying that Haslett has the football. Kind of hard to see. I don't know if we can see it on the replay or not. It's going to be tough for us to see there.
Coach Thomas will not be happy about that.
Tackle made by 11.
Very similar to, obviously, Joe, this previous drive that we had. Very, very similar inside-outside concept. Again, pinning the ears back, changing mentality. All those are real positive things.
Another double handoff. Got it to Malone.
Got a seam.
He's going to gain about 6 yards. That play has been very good to them all game long.
Yeah, it's been very, very good. So now the challenge for Williamson is that you're giving up inside ISO, inside zone. Not you're giving up power on the edge, and now the double handoff coming back, obviously with Cornelius. So Haslett's now put Williamson's defense in flux in terms of what they're trying to do.
A Mockery with carry. It's going to be brought down from behind. Maybe they gave him a yard there. Third down.
By a Mockery.
About
by
5.
Palazzolo.
Obviously 2 down territory without question. So I would expect to see Haslett come back. They ran power obviously on this side. Could see the counter coming back with a double handoff. But I like coming back with power and a Mockery. Maybe more on the inside zone.
Dutcher at the snap. Hand off to a Mockery. Got a little space heading to the outside. Does he get the first down?
Spot's going to be tough. I think he's going to mark him. They're going to mark him a little short. I think it's going to be 4th and 2. Mockery was dancing down the sideline there. Looked like he thought from this vantage point he may have gotten a little bit past there, but
yeah, it looked like he did reach. He reached the ball out, but not sure the officials saw it that way. But it is across the field for us.
So the question for Haslett is, do they take a timeout here? I don't like a timeout. I think you stay in rhythm right now. Obviously, huge play. Joe, what do you like?
They haven't stopped us on the double handoff.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're going back to the power set, and I think right now got to take care of the edge. We're going to come right off this right side. Great run by Amakri. Turn it up inside.
First down.
I don't know if he has the ability, if it's designed to be inside the tackles, or if he simply just reads it.
Tackle made by Nicolapolis.
Yeah, definitely designed inside.
And
Yep.
Thornburn.
Blocking down and kicking out.
First down, Vikings.
We've had a lot of success second half on that particular scheme.
Made some adjustments at halftime. Come out and put some drives together here.
Absolutely.
Going to be a handoff to
great block by
John
Amakri.
Q. Thomas. He's going to get a couple yards there, maybe 5 or 6.
That's a good play on first down. Something we haven't seen, obviously, since. So again, put us in second in 4 yards to go. Great first, second, and 3.
The handoff to Amakri.
Plant that left foot for 1 yard. Trying to do a little too much.
Amakri on the carry, tackled by 24.
So 3rd and 7 now for the Vikings. 1:06 to go in the third quarter. Great high school game here at Jamie Gent Stadium. Charlie Dutcher getting the call from Coach Shibley. Haslett obviously in 2-down situations, looking to see if we can get some positive yards here. We've had success out on the edge with a click throw, but we'll see where Haslett goes here. Dutcher, again, flood the zone. He's got a man. Great catch. Great catch by Malone. It looks like we are going to be obviously in the 4th down play again. We're going to be about a yard, maybe 2 yards short.
Made by number 3, Bush.
So again, right back to where we're at. Last time we ran that power set and Amakri stayed inside. Look to see that again. You're going to see the same formation. We'll take a quick look at blocking scheme and let you know what's going to happen here. Williamson's going to take a timeout and think about it. So with 9 seconds to go in the third quarter, Haslett on the doorstop again on Williamson's 11-yard line, driving with a key 4th and 1. So we'll see what Coach Kirsten and Coach Galitas are going to talk about. Obviously, they're going to try to talk about what they think Haslett may do. Have not seen a whole lot of stunning out of Williamston, so I don't know if they may try to bring some type of inside game. It's going to be a chess match here. Do you go with what you feel really confident about, what you're good at, what you've done, or do you try to outthink your opponent? And typically it's somewhere in between. So without question, key drive here. Has it, again, very similar to that first drive. They get a first down here. They potentially can be in a first and goal situation. Don't know if the ball, depending on where we get, if we get a first down, if it's going to be, if we can still get another one. But regardless, Joe, we got another key drive coming up.
Yeah.
Another key 4th down play.
What are you running?
I'm going to go right back. I think Williamson's going to, obviously, they're going to look for the power. I'm either going off tackle power. I like the idea of staying north-south. I think if you come offside, Williamson's outside backer, number 5, has done a great job. I want to take him out of the play. I think he's going to be crashing down here off the edge. I like staying inside and go vertical. Here comes the stunt.
Yep, got him.
Looks like we may have got him offsides. You could tell Williamston talked about pressure. So it's going to be a
first down.
Should be a first. Half the distance to go. Should be first down Haslett. Huge call. We talk about mental errors that Haslett's offense made in the first half. Now you can hang one on Williamson's defense. Those are the kind of things that drive it. Coach Galitas crazy. You're in a situation where you've got a good scheme. You feel good about things, and you got to keep your eye. So,
all right, Dutcher to take the snap. Hands off to Malone. Looking for space. He's got a touchdown for Haslett.
Ball carried by Malone. scoring Vikings.
Great response by Haslett. You can just talk about it. You look at momentum, how important momentum is. And, you know, Williamson had all the momentum in the first half. Boy, what a great read. He got two blocks out on the edge. He was patient. I loved how he allowed those blocks to develop and then planted his outside foot. So great read by him.
Good response by Haslett. This Williamson team, as we said, hasn't given up points in last 3 weeks. And given up 14 now. 13 now.
Yep. Kick is up and good.
They get 14.
The kick is good.
Well, just when you like to, obviously what you expect. You got a 5-0 team, 4-1 team. Has obviously a tough loss in the opener to DeWitt. It was a good game, low scoring. You know, conference championship share, the red conference title on the line. This is what you love to see if you're a football fan.
Absolutely, 100%.
Now, a little concern, all right, as you're kicking off. We had a problem, obviously, allowing, wide side, return lanes. So I think one of the things that I'm sure that Coach Turner right now is talking to his kickoff team about is stay in the lanes, be lane responsible, force him to bounce and to have to make multiple cuts.
13 plays, 82 yards in 4 minutes and 56 seconds. Capped off by a 6-yard touchdown run by number 5, Cornelius Malone.
I love how Cornelius runs.
What's that?
I love how Cornelius Malone runs.
Oh,
he runs the ball.
He does a nice job. He's physical.
Yeah.
And
he's got a little shiftiness to him.
He does. He's got a little shiftiness. Got a little shape.
I'm not going to say the bus, Jerome Bettis, but kind of like that. He's a big dude.
He's patient. I love how he lets his blocks develop and then make reads off of that. So,
another great kid. All right, Lindgren, a little squib.
Obviously, if you're, you like to get a little bit more depth. I think the concept was to get that thing on the ground.
Yeah.
That Williamson's player, I'm not sure who scooped it up, did a nice job athletically, putting Williamson up near the 40-yard line.
Let's see if the defense is going to respond. Good time to give another shout out to, our former athletic director, Darren Ferguson, at home watching live. I think he's got Mr. Tim Beebe by his side there, so shout out to you guys. A couple Viking grads, alums.
They're the old Ingham County League days for those two. It's kind of, we talked about momentum, trying to come out in the second half and build some things. And, if coaches could figure out how do you build momentum and, what is the key ingredient, boy, there will be a lot of successful coaches every week.
Yeah.
It's a mindset. It's about staying disciplined. It's about all the little things that end up creating explosive plays, hence then creating momentum for you. But boy, as a coach, if you could kind of put that into a mixture and calling it when you want, boy, that'd be awesome.
Well, I got to think after being down 14-0, you'd be pretty happy going into the fourth quarter, 14-14.
No question. Again, we talked about first response by the defense after the last score. They forced a 3-and-out. Same thing here that Haslett's hoping for on this drive.
Nielsen hands it off.
Well, that was a great run by Williamston. I thought we had a lot of hats there. We just, he had a little shake to him.
Yep. Joe Smith on the carry. Make a nice run.
Yeah, very nice run.
And 56, Chapolsky.
Again, a little frustrating for Coach Thomas. He had guys in the right spot. Got to come up with the tackle, but kudos to and hats off to him. Again, so we're on the hash. You're going to look. Just from the set, I don't expect to see any kind of jet to the field.
Nielsen gets the snap, fakes the pitch, heads inside. Going to gain maybe 2 yards.
Nice job by Haslett's defense, forcing that second and long. Coach Thomas likes what he has on his call sheet for second and long. You should see if we dial up some pressure. Hasn't been very aggressive on that. Again, obviously, if you're going to bring pressure, you're going to be in some form of man coverage here. Again, Jet.
Oh, as it's going to be offsides.
Again, we talk about mental errors. Right.
Yep, just jumped there. Got a little excited. So second down, it's now second and short.
Again, Williamson's still going to come back, Joe. They're still going to want to threaten that edge, whether that's that toss, the fake toss, or jet sweep itself. So they need to go back to that. Those are things that they had a lot of success on early, obviously in this game in the first half in particular.
When's the last time we saw a jet out of Williamston? Is it?
It's been a little bit. I think you're going to probably see a potential right here. There's your reverse toss pass. Great read by Haslett. Just got to come up with a tackle.
I thought maybe the ball was going to come out there.
Yeah,
a lot of action.
There was a lot
around
of
there
action
for not a lot of yards.
I tell you, there was a lot of stuff going on in the backfield.
By 34, Maloney.
Great job by Haslett. I thought that was obviously they defended it well. It's tough when you're coming back into the boundary. When I say back into the boundary, you're on the hash. You're going into that sideline. You're dealing with 33 and a half yards, so it's you're compacted.
But Cash Shepard almost had him back there.
Yeah, had a chance to obviously make a huge play.
Big defensive play here for Haslett. I'm thinking probably 2 downs for Williamston anyway.
I would sure think so.
Going to be a handoff to Smith. Who gets knocked down?
I'll tell you.
Levi Flynn.
Sometimes you got to get a little bit lucky. Boy, he had some open areas ahead of me. He had the edge, and we just got a fingertip on. Great play by Haslett. Big call, obviously, for Coach Kirsten now in Williamston. One of the things that you look at, if you want to give Haslett the ball, who's had 2 great drives to start the second half, obviously he's going to go for it. He's got a lot of confidence in his offense, and they've had a lot of success.
Defensive line, you want to watch the ball here. Going to be a handoff to Keener.
Looks like he is going to be right at the stick.
I think
he's going to get it. I think it's going to be close.
They called it first down.
Yeah.
See the replay here. So Caden Derling coming up. Just couldn't get him down quick enough.
Ball carried by Keener. Tackle made by 11, Shepard.
I guess they don't measure for a first down anymore.
No, you just.
I don't think we have the replay that the NFL does.
No, I don't think so.
Obviously, great execution by Williamston to extend the drive.
Williamston on the 39-yard line. Snap. Going to be it's going to be a fake. Quarterback's got it.
Great inside-out play by Haslett. I think that's number 50. Joe, would it look right?
That would be
Derling,
yeah.
I thought he did a nice job. Cash had outside leverage. He was pursuing from over top. It was a great play by Derling from the inside. The other thing is Williamson has not been in this situation. Right?
No,
not been in this situation. How are their guys going to respond? Obviously, if you're Coach Kirsten, you feel like obviously very positive things, but you've got to have your guys in that fight, in that scenario to see how you respond. So without question, pressure moment for both teams.
Fake the jet.
Great pressure.
Oh, they're going to throw a penalty on it. Flag on the play.
Well, I got to see the replay. I didn't think he interfered with him. I didn't think he altered that route. If we can take a look at the replay here, obviously it's called.
Intended for
got some pressure on him.
Flag on the play.
Not sure if he grabbed jersey or had his arm on him or not. Regardless.
Pass interference. Defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous slot. Results in a first down.
Yep. You just sometimes throw it up and you just hope for a yellow flag.
I tell you, I think there's a lot of merit to that sometimes. Sometimes I think as coaches we can overthink things a little bit. You try to put the ball in the air, let your playmakers go up, and if you can get a call, you get a call. But obviously, I'm not sure. Obviously, both teams have pretty solid kickers. Just looking from the extra point perspective, we don't have the stats on field goal attempts, those kinds of things. But, if you're Haslett number one, obviously need to force a situation where you put pressure on the kicker if you can get an attempted field goal.
Please report to the first floor of the press box.
Plenty of time. I don't think either team right now. Clock's a non-issue for either team. Obviously, Williamson's going to try to take their time here.
7 minutes left on the clock.
Be great to have a turnover.
Maybe a pitch.
Great play by Cash on the edge.
Yep. Oh, they're gonna get a face mask.
Well, we're doing. We're playing hard. We're making some plays. Tough part is, I don't know if that's going to be a 5-yard or a 15. Looks like from here, Joe.
Hard to tell across the field. I mean, I assume it's a face mask because they threw it right at the tackle. So
I would think so.
On the tackle.
5-yard face mask.
Yeah.
On the defense. That'll be tacked on to the end of the run. Replay first down.
Couple penalties here that they've hurt us. Obviously.
Good pursuit by Cash. Just gotta keep the hands off the face mask. Sometimes that's a challenge when you're reaching out, just trying to bring somebody down, and your hand gets tangled in there.
Yep, without question, trying to make a play. Right now, defensively, second and third guys coming in, and I'd be stripping, trying to punch the ball out.
Going to be a handoff to Smith, I believe that is. He's going to have a first down. It's going to be first and goal on the 5. Williamson's got a guy down.
I'll tell you, that was a nice run by him. He was very patient out on the edge, allowed some of those blocks to kind of materialize. So I think he did a nice job.
Official timeout.
Going to have an official's timeout for an injured Williamston player. So we've got, not sure if he's cramping or they're on the knee.
No, looks like
here.
Looks like they're testing a knee. Well, we have first and goal. Obviously, House's got to try to force a field goal attempt.
Yeah.
Stating some of the obvious things here, but got to have a great play here on first down. If you can at least have no gain or a negative play, we need somebody to step up, make a big play here in a crucial situation.
It's one of Williamson's linemen. Certainly hope he's okay.
Looks like Jude Ide, junior. A little gingerly coming off. So one of the things that that you're going to want to do, I like pressure coming here. I think Haslett has to try to create a big play here.
Yeah.
The downside is if you give up a score, you obviously got plenty of time. You've
Yeah.
done some great things offensively in the second half. You're going to go back to that regardless. But I think you got to look for something, where you can create a negative play, and that might be pressure off the edge. It might be something inside or both.
Well, regardless of the outcome of this game, potentially these guys could see each other in the playoffs. Williamson's in 4 this year.
That is
jumped
true.
up to 4 with us, so we could have a rematch down the road.
I still look for Williamson to stay on the edge. And they come right at us.
Right up the middle.
They're going to mark him short.
Going to call him short. Be 2nd and 1.
Well, Williamson came right at us. I was a little surprised by that. They've had a lot of success on the edge.
Ball carried by Smith.
He's done a nice job. Smith, he's had some tough runs, physical runs after contact.
Yeah, he's done a nice job for Williamson today.
Yeah. Obviously, Haslett's going to be very aggressive here, trying to create.
Hand off to him again. Stopped him short.
Great stop. That was a great penetration on the inside.
Maybe lost an inch or 2.
A little surprised. I thought that was a little too finesse for Williamston where they're at on the doorstop. I like coming right at him. If I'm Williamson, I come right back with, I think it's Thomas with number 4, or Smith, sorry.
Yeah.
He's done a nice job. I'd like the ball in his hands from an offensive perspective. I think he's a load to bring down.
So we got about 3rd and 2. That's offsides. That's got to be offsides.
Well, now Williamson's obviously now it's going to be end up 3rd and 7. So I'm not sure.
Pratt went a little early.
Yeah, I'm not sure Coach Kirsten's going to be too happy with that. Not sure what that was designed to do. So 3rd and 7 now. I still like, I like pressure. I like, coming after the quarterback and roll the dice a little bit. What do you think offensively Williamson's going to go with here on third and goal?
Jet to Keener.
Okay.
That's what they went to on the 4th down play.
Yep.
I can see him going back to it. Williamson touchdown. Pass the outside, beat our guys to the edge. That'll make it 20-14.
That's a good scheme. Did a nice job. Just outnumber us on the edge. We had 2 guys over there, but they need to come off a little bit quicker. Great call by Coach Kirsten. Interesting to see if Coach Kirsten decides to do something with Muddle Huddle here. Does not.
Yeah, looks like they're just going to kick the extra point.
Well,
it's a big kick right here.
No question.
Oh,
we got a bad snap. Just what we talked about. The door is open.
The door is open.
The door is open.
Low snap. Haslett gets a stop. 6-point game. 4 minutes to go. Doesn't get any better than this.
Hey, you got all 3 timeouts. Obviously, you want to be able to start off. Obviously, you could be up near around, that 40-yard line. Have great starting field position. You have everything, at your disposal offensively. Take your time. You don't have to be in a hurry. Great high school game. Obviously, it's everything you want to have in a championship caliber game.
Yeah.
Fantastic fall Friday night. Jamie Gent Stadium, you got 2 great teams, 2 great rivals, and couldn't ask for anything better.
See if Haslett, what they end up doing with doing any trickery on the kickoff return. We know we got 2 guys deep that can take it.
By a 7-yard touchdown pass from Nielsen to Priest.
I think this is a huge kick right here. If Williamson could obviously pin Haslett down into that 25, 30-yard mark, you still got plenty of time, a lot of timeouts. But obviously I think this is really big if Haslett can get a real positive return here. They've done a couple different things trying to keep the ball away from a mockery. We'll see what they go with, Joe.
They're going to kick it.
And that one is going to go out of bounds. So the question for Coach Thomas now, you take the ball at the 35 or you make him re-kick? We'll see. Hold on here. He may go back.
Again.
I think they're going to make him re-kick it. I like the –
Haslett has elected to take the 5-yard penalty and re-kick.
I like the call of re-kicking.
Yeah.
You look and see some of the playmakers that we have back there. They're going to have to put it in somebody's hands that, obviously is a threat. And so I like the idea with the potential to have a big play.
Yeah.
If he kicks it out of bounds again, I'd make him re-kick it again.
So I see Amakari and Dennis talking a little bit out there. I wonder if they're looking at if he gets it, give him a little pitch or a handoff.
Without question.
Give Amakari a chance to take one back.
I like that. That may be a potential.
They're
back
definitely
there.
kicking it toward Dennis. It seems to be each kickoff. So the other side of the field has more playmakers.
Interesting to see which way Williams decides to go.
They're going to squib it.
if you could jump into his mindset there is don't fall on it. You got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Yeah.
Get up. You're going to obviously get some positive yards. So, but the ultimate goal was is you want to try to be up near that 40-yard line. Unfortunately, you're going to be right back about the 36, but you're close. You're somewhere in that neighborhood. So, 35.
Yeah, it looks like they're on the 30. Well, maybe we don't know where they're at yet. We're still waiting. There we go. About the 36-yard line.
Again, lots of time. All 3 timeouts.
Oh, yeah. Be a handoff to a Mockery. He's going to get maybe a yard or 2.
Ball carried by a Mockery. Tackle made by 7.
You want to be in not in slow down mode, but you do want to be able to get plays in, as efficiently as possible. You don't want the clock to become an issue along your drive. I don't like the fact that we're taking this much time. I like to get that play in a little bit quicker, just a little bit quicker.
Dutcher takes a snap. He's going to hand off to a Mockery. Got a little space. Going to get the first down about the 48-yard line.
So now you got to be right now. I like the tempo. I don't know if Coach Woodworth and Haslett can do some tempo. Get back up on the ball, get the call in, which they are doing right here. Keep that tempo going.
Vikings.
Mockery's going to get maybe a yard.
Like he's going to get at least looks like a yard. Going to be second, 9 for us. 3:35 to go. Little set, keep the tempo going. So you got plenty of time with the timeouts. Want to get the call in here. I like if you're going to throw the ball if you're Haslett. I like the flood concept. Kind of layer that defense. We've done a nice job. Charlie's done a nice job of picking up that easy pitch and catch.
Oh, he just sniffed it out. Going to lose about 5 yards.
Ball carried by Malone. Tackle made by 5, Nicolopoulos, and 7.
Just kind of blew up on us there.
They did. Williamson came. They're very aggressive. Has it, obviously working their side of the field. I think the thing here is you've got a chunk. You need to at least get a part of it. You don't have to get all of it. I do like the ability of putting some playmakers out on the edge. Taking a little long getting the call in. I think you need to settle on this, need to get going a little bit with 2:30 to go.
Okay, got about 6.
Good throw, good catch again. So it looks like we're going to have about 4th and probably 8. 4th and 8. So again, clock still you're good. You're still good on time. Need to come to a decision on what you're going to run schematically. So this might be a time that Coach Thomas takes a timeout. As it looks like Joe not to do that.
All right. Under 2 minutes to go in the game. Big play right here.
A little confusion up front where guys are getting lined up. We're now at 10 seconds on the game clock on the 25-second. We'll start getting a countdown here.
Fletcher takes a snap. Oh, overthrew him.
He had him wide open. I don't know if he thought he was going to go deep and on that route. Just overthrow him. Had him wide open.
Incomplete. Intended for Smith.
Well, Haslett has 3 timeouts. Minute 29 to go. See how Williamson decides to attack this.
I think they're going to stay pretty basic. I mean, one of the things that I may try to do, is still, I love the jet concept. You can kind of plain Jane it and just stay inside. I think Williamson's going to try to mix it up a little bit. Haslett obviously is trying to create a turnover. Second and third guys have got to come in and punch the ball.
Oh, a high snap there. Down. Hazlett's going to call a timeout. Looks like no gain, maybe a gain of a half a yard there for Williamston.
Ball carried by Smith, tackle made by 56, Chokolsky.
Timeout, Haslett.
How creative does Williamson do right now on offense? If you're Coach Kirsten, Joe, you got to kind of just stick with your,
I'm probably going to do some. I might run to a sweep, get something on the outside.
Yeah. A couple different things that does. That choose clock.
Yeah.
Hazlett's obviously trying to, obviously get the quick timeout. I think it plays more into Hazlett's hand if they're going to stay inside. Be able to get the quick timeout. You're saving seconds, obviously. I look for Williamson with being on the hash here, of going something to the wide side. Whether that, I don't know if it'll be a toss, but I really expect to see some type of jet sweep or something to threaten the outside.
Yeah.
At least on this down. Everything's still in play. Be interested to see just this hasn't come with pressure. We haven't brought a lot of it tonight.
Yeah. See what Coach Thomas dials up.
Don't think you're going to get jet. A little surprised by that. Oh, yeah, getting the outside threat of the quarterback. Great play.
Oh.
I'm not sure what that call is going to be. I don't know if he's calling a face mask, grabbing the headgear. It's hard to say from this angle.
Wilson,
but obviously it's a crucial call.
Malone. Flag on the play.
Personal foul. Targeting on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. It'll be a first down, Williamston. Number 2 can stay in the game due to the penalty.
Well, that's a surprise. Again, real tough for us to make the call on that. Obviously, huge play, obviously, for Williamson now. Hazlett's going to they'll be able to stop it here a couple times. I don't think that Haslett will be able to stop it. Obviously, if I do my math here real quick, clock's already going to start. I think Williamson's going to have 2 opportunities where they can take a timeout.
Coach Thomas not happy right now.
Well, obviously Coach Thomas wants to talk to Jeff Spadowski, find out, what was the call, what was seen. And Jeff will do a really good job of explaining and talking to him. Yeah. Jeff.
Here's a replay.
Boy,
it's hard to see without being a little closer.
Let me put on my reading glasses. I'm going to have to take a look at
show that in the control room
again. We can see that again. It looks like he came in with a shoulder pad. I didn't see the crown of the helmet.
I thought it was shoulder pad as well. I mean, it looked like he turned to the side.
I tell you what, I think that's a tough call. Again, obviously, the official's right there. It does not look like that he came in with his headgear. Surely don't see the crown of the helmet. Huge call, obviously, in the game. Obviously, Coach Thomas not very pleased with it. And I can understand that. And Williamson will simply just be able to take a knee. 2 different knees, and that should take care of the clock.
Williamson just going to down it here.
Obviously you want to be able to have, as an official, you want to be having, I know we got another flag here, you want to be able to allow the kids to be able to decide the game. And as an official, you do the very best you can. It's an emotional game. And officials don't want to be put in a situation where they're making calls to extend the game. Obviously, he saw something over there that obviously we didn't over here.
after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 24 on the defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
That would be game over.
The clock will start. Am I ready for play?
I think if you look back, obviously great second half by Haslett. First half, costly penalties.
Yeah,
weren't able to get into rhythm.
Couldn't get anything going, and then you got down early, and then, this is where we're at.
Well, next week, Haslett's obviously going to travel to St. John's, correct?
Yeah, travel to St. John's.
And need to get back into the win column. This will drop Haslett to 4-2. Need to get back on the win side. Williamson obviously takes a big step, goes to 6-0. They finish with Eastern next week, and then they have the Dowagiac Chieftains, I believe, and then Thurston. Haslett's going to follow St. John's with both Parma Western and Jackson High, both struggling this year at 1-4. So, like you said, both Division IV teams. Yeah, good chance at some point they're going to see each other again.
Their third and final timeout of the second half.
Has its final timeout. Williamson just has to take a knee here.
Well, everything you want to see, right?
Yeah,
big game. Part of the conference title on the line. Two great teams, two great coaching staffs. Obviously, you want to be able to, have things without the flags coming down and those kinds of things. But all in all, a great game on both sides.
100%,
great atmosphere. Obviously, injury-wise, got to get back the off.
Get Newman back.
Get Newman back. Obviously, be helpful. We'll wait and see what type, what the prognosis is. Him. Obviously, that's a key ingredient in any high school offensive lineman. So,
well, Williamson deserves to celebrate. They got their W today. That'll give them the share of the league championship, pending next week's outcome versus Eastern. On behalf of myself and Charlie Otluski, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again next time. Final score, Williamson 20, Haslett 14.